Hello everybody, today I'm just going to be doing a quick video on the new F1 Sprint qualifying. I'm sure you've all seen that it's been announced today that in 3 races this season, F1 will be using sprint race qualifying to decide the grid for Sunday's race. So I've just got the details in front of me. There's going to be 2 European races and 1 non-European race that's yet to be decided, although it's heavily rumoured that one of the European races is going to be Silverstone. It's going to be a 100-kilometre race on a Saturday. No mandatory pit stops. Will be DRS as usual. It's going to be a full race on a Sunday afternoon as usual. And there's going to be points for the sprint race qualifying. 3 points for first, 2 points for second, 1 point for third. And I'm just going to be talking about why I think it's a terrible idea and it's not going to work. So firstly, normal qualifying to decide the grid for the sprint race is on a Friday. So a lot of people are working on a Friday. It's on a Friday afternoon. So it's going to completely ruin the spectacle of qualifying because it's not deciding the grid for their proper race. There's a lot of people won't be able to watch it, including people at the actual racetrack, if there will be fans there. If somebody has some sort of reliability issue or crashes, like we saw a lot of crashes in Imola on the weekend, then their championship could be absolutely down the drain. It could be somebody else's fault, like whoever you thought was at fault for the George Russell Valtteri Bottas incident. You know, if you think it was George Russell's fault, like most people, then Valtteri Bottas could have been doing fine, getting his 9th place on the grid, and now he's at the back through no fault of his own, and I really don't like it. I think it's unfair on some of the drivers. I can see why the FIA have done it, because there's a lot of new fans, especially in the last few years. Netflix Drive to Survive brought a lot of new fans in, but I don't like it, and that's really why. I think if there had been a reverse grid sprint race, so if the qualifying would have happened as usual, maybe you got a couple of points for qualifying, and then the sprint race a reverse grid race, or just to completely get rid of qualifying and reverse championship order for the race, the sprint race, to decide the grid on Sunday. I think that could have been interesting, but it's going to be just people moan about boring races. It's going to be the same, but just shorter, and then an even longer boring race if it's going to be boring on the Sunday. So I can't see what it's going to solve. There's not a lot of issues with qualifying. We all saw what happened last time that they tried to change qualifying and it wasn't broken. If it's not broke, don't fix it, as they say. I'm just really not happy about it. I was like a pause for an effect. Didn't seem to work. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the FIA are thinking. I can't see any benefit to it at all. Parc Fermé is from Friday afternoon qualifying all the way till Sunday, so you've only got 1 hour to produce the setup, which I quite like. If maybe they could introduce the 2 practice sessions on Friday, that's fine, and then Parc Fermé from then on. That might produce more interest in racing. There's also a change to the tyre allocation as well. I don't think that'll make too much of a difference, but it's not going to work. It's probably going to come under heavy criticism once people realise that nothing's going to happen. There's no reason to do it. It's not broken. It's not like qualifying's bad. It's completely ruining the spectacle of qualifying. It's like, especially at the end of Q3, like, go as fast as you dare around the track. Try and get it. Hit your car on pole for the race. A bit of more of a marathon, but it's it's ruining a spectacle because if you've had a bad qualifying, don't worry, you can get it back in one of the races. Or I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but in they're in the qualifying race. Let's say Lewis Hamilton's winning the championship, but it's close between him and Max Verstappen. If Red Bull tell Perez to, collide with Hamilton, he's just sitting at the back. I'm not saying that's going to happen. That could have been any drivers. That's just what's happening at the moment. But, there's so many problems with it. I know they could do that for actual normal qualifying, but, they could get it off as a racing incident doing it here in the sprint race. So, yeah, no more news. No more news about when we're going to hear what races they're going to use it for. I hope they don't use it at Silverstone. I'm hopefully going to go to Silverstone this year if we can. And I think that's going. I just don't think it'll be good enough. There's the clock. The time's up on the FIA to do something, and they've chosen this. That was a terrible joke. It didn't make sense. Sorry about that. So yeah, let me know your comment. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe if you like the video. And if you did like it, drop a like. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye. That was wrong. What am I talking about? Goodbye.